It's hard to imagine what a revolution it would have been when the mail service arrived. Being able to write something down and know that it could be delivered to the person you intended to speak to. Businesses could finally communicate with customers without having to physically visit them. It's time for a revolution. Email was a real game changer. No longer needing to find a stamp, get your letter into a post box, and then, of course, waiting for a reply, which couldn't begin until the other person had waited to receive your original message. Quickly, we got used to having communications sitting on our computers, and it became the norm. But we don't think the norm is always the best. It's time for some more game-changing. It's easy to comment on the past, but how do you write the future? What are we if not innovators? The old way of doing things is, well, old. We prefer evolutions, revolutions, exciting new solutions. Anyone can sit around talking about their history, but we want to take you and your business to the future. The future starts now. Are you ready for it?
Wow, okay, how do we follow that? Okay, well, first of all, I want to say thank you for attending this launch with us today. My name is Elton Bucock.
I'm Ryan Schofield.
And today we want to run you through the launch of our new big feature on Business Pilot. So let's just, without further ado, get into some of that right now. So for a long time, all of us have been wanting to have email inside our CRM. And today, that's exactly what we want to talk to you about. See, we've been looking at this for a while now, but if only it was just so easy to put in, it would already be in there. So let me just talk through, first of all, some of the challenges of having CRM and email merged together. So first of all, you never know what platform you're going to be using. So you might be on Outlook or you might be on Hotmail. There's no telling what somebody else is going to be using. So when your CRM talks to those platforms, of course, it has to talk to all of them, regardless of how often they update things. And that proves to be quite a technological issue in itself. One that we could get over if that was the only issue. But of course, it's not. The other is, let's say we get the email and your CRM connected through what we refer to as APIs. Then what happens to all of those footer images? See, an API would treat that just like the attachments that you get on your email. So we have to treat them all the same if it's through an API, and it's really difficult to make sure you don't end up saving all of those Facebook and LinkedIn, all those social media icons that people use on their email footers. We don't want that clogging up your business pilot. Of course, it's not just that. What about those long communications? Rapport building, it's all really valuable. There's nothing wrong with it. But do you really want 15 messages just talking about what's going to be happening at the weekend or the football, which is all great stuff to build that rapport with your customer, but do you actually want it, again, clogging up your email? And there's one worse than that. What about those awkward emails? So the one where you've had a bit of a private conversation with somebody who just happens to be a customer. If we were pulling all of those through automatically, then everybody gets to see that. And that might have been something personal, or it might be to do with pricing that you don't want everybody in the CRM to see. So therefore, we have to be careful what emails we pull through. We have to be more selective than just copying everything across. So how do we do that? How do we tackle this issue with email and CRM, but so that you get the right product, the best product when it comes to an installation company CRM can provide? That's what we want to talk to you right now. I'm going to hand over to Ryan, and Ryan's going to talk through what we've been doing at Business Pilot to make sure you get the best of what's available.
Thank you for that introduction, Elton. As we've said, we are delighted to be introducing to you today BP Mail. BP Mail is a dedicated, integrated email inbox for every customer inside of Business Pilot. As you can see that we're showing you here today, we have all of the features that you would come to expect from a normal email system, but all inside the CRM. You can reply to emails, you can delete emails, you can forward emails, all within Audit Trail that is fully visible inside Business Pilot. You even have the ability to search through the inbox for any important detail that may be questioned on site or perhaps a customer brings up late in the day. As you can see, we're fully integrated with all of the existing features within Business Pilot and the ability to tie it into status progression pipelines. We have intelligent attachment handling, allowing you to save relevant documents and images to the CRM or even download to your local device. All of this is generated via a unique user ID email address generated from Business Pilot. With that email address copied in to any email that leaves the Business Pilot system, it will automatically have an email record in the inbox. Any email sent to the customer's email system will be recorded in Business Pilot as a proper HTML email. Any reply from the customer's email that has CC'd the address in and replied all will automatically come back into the same email box. Any email sent from your own desktop system will also come straight into Business Pilot with the same address CC'd, as well as going to, obviously, your customer as intended. Any response from the customer that doesn't go straight to the CRM or a detail that you feel is relevant to the job can be forwarded straight on to the CRM to have a full record inside of the inbox.
Ryan, look, on paper, on the slides, that looks amazing. Obviously, last week we had the second of the training events. Each of the training events we've been running, everybody's been talking about email. I spoke to our very own Jim Breslin, so Jim running Chairwell. Even this week, he had one of his guys saying, email, if we could just have it in the system. In Thames Valley, how important is this to you?
Yeah, this would be massive for us. I mean, one of the biggest bugbears, well, not so much bugbears, but biggest time saver that we would have. We're very hot on saving email communications with the client, and at the moment that is all dragged onto the local device and then uploaded into the CRM so that we have that record and we're not reliant on trawling back through expansive inboxes and sent items.
Yeah, I mean, it's mad. We can copy and paste all of this message in. We can save stuff to a desktop and then we can import it into the CRM. So it is technically possible. What a headache.
Yeah, and even where we have had email within the CRM previously, which has been a great time saver for templated communication. On the odd occasion that a customer questions an email that they say they didn't receive, although we can see a stamp in the CRM to say that we did, or we know we sent you this email, there's not really been any way to prove it other than a screenshot of the data. Moving forward now, we're going to have a fully usable email version of what was sent, an actual email that we can forward on for record, and use, to our advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I love the whole automation side. I love the system side. For me, one of the power things is, as we're doing like status progressions, and let's say, so status progressions is obviously a completely separate feature. You should definitely look at that if you're not already familiar with it. But so status progression, if you set up an automated email that happens at a specific point in the journey, and that now is logged in your email inbox, I mean, it's just, you'll have to, forgive me, but I get excited about this stuff. So there we go.
Yeah. It is, on one, it is a simple but very, very effective development that we've got, and I think something that will really certainly enhance my own business, and I do believe will add a lot of value to all of our users, and even with purchase orders and invoices as well. All of this will, you will physically be able to see that those attachments were sent, that those emails were sent, and any replies, and we'll also transact through the CRM again, just giving us a complete audit trail for every customer right the way through the journey.
It's perfect. Okay, guys, I'm just going to summarize now. So let's have a look at the key points. So first of all, it works regardless of your email provider. So you don't need to be on 365 or any in particular, any specific email provider. It works with all of the email providers. You don't get those awkward emails, so those conversations that are valuable but maybe probably shouldn't be public to everybody. You don't end up with those in your CRM. It doesn't save all those extra files as attachments, so all that email footer stuff, we use email footer images ourselves. It doesn't save all of those in the system. You can delete an email inside a Business Pilot, but it doesn't delete it from your email system. So therefore, you've got that full bit in your email system, which you may want to keep onto, but it doesn't have to clutter up the lead or the contract. So saving attachments, straight into the system. None of this saving it to your desktop or your documents and then uploading it. That to me is huge in itself. So you can, of course, download them as well to your computer. So it gives you both options. It's just one click away. And then, of course, searching for emails. So you can now search for all of the notes and all the actions, everything in the CRM, but also your emails all in the same place. It really has integrated everything for your installation, business, and running of leads and contracts. Certainly more dragging emails into a CRM or copy and pasting stuff, that's all gone now. It's automatically there. You've just got to remember that customers who reply to all, it's automatically in. If they don't, you can forward it. If somebody sends you an email that you haven't sent out that unique URL or that unique email address, fine, just forward it. All works. And then, of course, emails sent from the CRM are saved as emails, not just notes. So you've got that true audit trail. So what happens next? Well, if you're a BP user already, if you're a Business Pilot user, then while we've been here, the guys have been switching it on in your system. So it's already live for you. All you've got to do, remember that activity tab that we spoke about a couple of weeks ago in an email, that's where it's going to be housed. So you now go in, look into your activity tab, and you'll be able to see emails. Of course, there'll be no mail in there at the minute. You've just got to start using the email system, and you're going to see just how powerful it is. So there you go. Go start using it. But of course, you might be on the launch and you're not currently using Business Pilot. Of course, we'd ask you why. But if you're interested in Business Pilot, and Business Pilot Mail, BP Mail, is just one of the big features we've launched recently. So you might have actually had a trial even 3-6 months ago. There's so much that we've been releasing. So I would say go ahead, grab yourself another free trial, because then you can just play with everything. It's yours just to see how it actually works. Of course, pick up the phone. We'd love to talk to you, but get yourself that free trial is what I would say. So all there is left for me to say is I really want to say thank you for coming along to our launch. We're clearly excited about it. I hope you guys are too. And we look forward to discussing more about things like BP Mail and some of the future advancements we've got coming to the system real soon. Thank you.